Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we're diving into a source that literally strips away all the fluff, all the self-help jargon, and all those comforting little lies we tell ourselves just to find out what truly drives success. We are examining the raw, unfiltered anatomy of a winning mindset based on some seriously hard-hitting motivational truths. Now, the text warns us right up front, if you're looking for a gentle pat on the back, you might want to look elsewhere. But if you're ready to figure out exactly what the author argues is holding you back from your ultimate potential, well, you are exactly where you need to be.
So I want you to answer this honestly in your head right now. What actually gets you out of bed in the morning? What gets you off the couch? What gets you into the gym or sitting at your desk ready to actually do the work? Let's be real. Most days, hitting that snooze button and staying under a warm blanket feels like the absolute greatest idea in the world. It's incredibly easy to point to external factors forcing us up, right? We like to think it's our alarm clock jarring us awake. Or maybe we tell ourselves it's our parents pushing us, our bosses demanding our time, or our friends keeping us accountable. But the source challenges that entire idea right out of the gate. None of those things are the true catalyst for your life.
The source material hits us with a pretty harsh truth here. It's you. The only one that can make it happen for you is you. If you're just sitting around waiting for external forces to push you toward your goals, you're going to be waiting forever. The single most important realization you can possibly have is that the person looking back at you in the mirror is the ultimate decider of your fate. You're the engine, you're the fuel, and you're the driver. The whole shebang.
And that realization brings us to phase one, killing your excuses.
The absolute biggest danger on this journey? It's a tiny three-letter word, but. It is really, really hard to be successful when your entire life is being led by your but. Think about it. Have you used any of these recently? But I'm not qualified. But I'm not good enough. But I'm not smart enough. But I didn't go to the right school. But I just don't have enough money. But. The text argues that these aren't just innocent little doubts. They are heavy chains. If you are ever going to step into your destiny and your future, you absolutely have to get over this word. These excuses are just defensive mechanisms designed to keep you comfortable, and in this framework, comfort is the absolute enemy of winning.
Now, what's really fascinating here is how the source fundamentally reframes the whole idea of a pity party. Usually, we think of a pity party as just being sad or feeling down on our luck, right? But the material defines it completely differently. A pity party happens when you have an undisciplined mind and you meditate on the wrong thing over and over and over again. So it's not sadness. It's a dangerous lack of mental discipline. It's actively choosing to focus your mental energy on your excuses rather than your execution.
But look, we're all human. We all experience setbacks that completely knock the wind out of us. So if you are going to throw a pity party, the source material grants you a very specific time limit. 3 days, that is it. You get a maximum of 3 days to feel sorry for yourself. And after those 3 days are up, you cut the record player, you turn off the side music, you snap out of it, and you come up with a plan. You cannot just sit there and settle. You have to shut down that undisciplined mind and start moving again.
Which leads us to a critical emotional pivot in our source material. Phase 2, taking absolute ownership.
It all boils down to this incredibly blunt, inescapable reality. Change or nothing changes. You have to wake up one day and finally stop playing the blame game. You have to look at the man or woman in the mirror and ask, what are we doing here? Enough is enough. It's showtime. You have to chase the things you genuinely believe you deserve, and you have to keep going. No matter how many times you get fired or how many people don't believe in you, you keep going until you get it.
So how do we actually put this into practice? Well, the source lays out a relentless daily formula. Step 1, wake up earlier than people. Step 2, stay later than people. Step 3, stay humble. Step 4, work harder than anyone else, especially when no one is there watching you. If you follow this exact sequence, the text argues that people are eventually going to have no choice but to label you as someone who is simply built different. And being built different shouldn't just be some genetic trait you're born with. The argument here is that it's a label you earn through your sheer, undeniable work ethic.
Okay, I want you to take a second and just process this really jagged pill to swallow. Your life is exactly what you wanted. Ouch, right? The crucial point the author is making here is this. Every single day, you have had choices to make. You are entirely responsible for every single choice that has led you to the exact seat you are sitting in right now. You made the choices. You have to ask yourself why you're here, and then take total, absolute ownership of it. Because it's only when you take ownership that you can finally control you.
We've got to absolutely smash this illusion of entitlement. So many people walk around just waiting for the world to hand them a gift, giving them what they feel they deserve. But the argument is that this world isn't going to give you what you deserve. This world is only going to give you what you work for. You have to put that work in every single day. And yes, it might be harder for some of us than others, for sure, but whatever. We have to do whatever it is we have to do, especially when we are desperate for change. The world only pays out for desperate, relentless work.
And that brings us to the climax of this explainer, Phase 3, the truth about winning. The text paints winning as, frankly, incredibly unloyal. Winning doesn't care how sore your muscles are, or that you only got a miserable 4 hours of sleep last night because you were binging some new show. Winning doesn't even care how hard you work at times. Winning requires absolutely all of you, everything you have, and then it demands even more. And the terrifying part? It promises you absolutely nothing in return.
Actually, it goes even deeper. The author describes winning as a mastermind of creating fear and doubt in your mind. It's essentially the ultimate antagonist of our story. It actively causes setback after setback. It literally throws obstacles in your path just to test your resolve, to see if you're going to break, to see if you'll fall back into your excuses and throw another 3-day pity party. It is a full-on psychological battle against a ruthless mastermind.
So the obvious question here is, why? Why on earth would we chase this punishing, ruthless thing called winning? If it doesn't care about us and it promises us absolutely nothing, why put ourselves through the grind? Well, the answer to that is a bit dark, but it's very simple. The alternative is guaranteed losing. The ultimate dichotomy of life presented here is this. Winning is unloyal, and it's incredibly difficult to capture. But if you don't chase it with everything you have, failure and losing are the only absolute guarantees you will ever have in your life.
So I'm going to leave you with this final, really provocative challenge from the source. The real question isn't actually about winning itself. The question is, are you willing to sprint when the distance is completely unknown? Now is the time to grind. Now is the time to show the world that you were placed here for a purpose. You have to work for it. You have to fight for it. It begins today, it continues tomorrow, and it never, ever dies.